Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's officially 3 a.m. and we are here. A little tired, but we'll be all right. We're here. The day must go on. If you are logging on, drop a good morning, grand rising in the comments. Let me know you are on. Let me know what you're doing. And we will get started in just a few minutes. Hello, hello. I need to create my own music so I can have some music playing in the background without getting the feed cut out. So if anyone wants any exposure and you are an artist, send me some conscious music and I will use it to play in the background. Send me a DM and let me know. All right, let's see. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. If you are watching on Facebook, drop a note in the comments. Let me know you're watching. And let me know how you feel about having the caption on in the video. Do you like it? Don't like it? I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. I usually turn it off just because it becomes a distraction on the screen. All right. Okay, it's 3:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll wait another minute to see if anyone else is going to log on. I know making those Monday mornings consistently is difficult. You know, just like anything else, the power is in the consistency. So if you made it last week and you didn't make it this week, or you made it the last 2 weeks but you didn't make it this week, you got to work on your consistency. Let's see, comments to some destinations. All right, cool. Let's get started, man. It's 3:04 a.m. I'll respect the time of everybody who logged on already. I appreciate you all for logging on. Welcome to another edition of the 3 a.m. Club. Today is Monday, August 3rd. It's actually the first Monday of August. It's a brand new month. We just finished out the month of July. I hope you all had a great July. I hope you all had a strong July. One of the things that happened for me in July was actually changed up my focus and cut a couple things out in terms of priority and shifted some things around to really narrow the focus as we move into the next 5 months of 2020, and realizing that now is a beautiful time for you to really just lock in your focus for the next 5 months. You know, as the year ends, there really isn't anything that you need to be doing outside of putting in work. I mean, we have a beautiful opportunity to really just go into tunnel vision. The world, the pandemic, depending on where you are and what your mindset is, the pandemic has certainly made it a lot easier for you to cut out a significant amount of distractions in your life, a significant amount of distractions. So with that, what are you going to do with the extra time, with the extra focus, the extra attention, and the extra energy? Well, for me, I am putting 100% focus into certain very few areas, to the degree where literally I can tell you exactly how many hours I'm going to spend on exactly this activity, consistently for the next 5 months. Now, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about today, but nonetheless, as we start a new month, look over the month of August, look over the calendar for the next 5 months, and really see, if you can achieve 100% focus, right? That's the goal. Can I achieve 100% focus? And what does 100% focus look like for me, right? And that 100% focus, is it in line with one major goal, right? Like, what is the one major goal you want to accomplish by the time the year is out? That may be monetary. It may be production wise in terms of how many units you produce. It may be production wise in terms of maybe you want to have a book finished by the end of the year. Whatever it is, choose that one major thing, the thing that is going to have the biggest impact in your life right now, and is going to put you on a trajectory, right? A trajectory to have an extremely strong 2021. What is that one thing? And then what is the one activity that is going to allow you to accomplish that one thing, and then put 100% of your energy into that one thing, and try to achieve that 100% level of focus and execution and dedication. And I guarantee you that by the end of this year, you will have accomplished, or at least made a significant trajectory towards accomplishing, whatever that one thing is, which will tie into a little bit about what I wanted to talk to you all about today. So over the last week or so, we had some great conversations with entrepreneurs, other entrepreneurs. We had some great conversations with not only entrepreneurs, but also founders, right? People who have actually founded an organization. If you are an entrepreneur, or a young entrepreneur, or an aspiring entrepreneur, and you're coming into entrepreneurship where you are creating something, you're not buying into entrepreneurship, you're not buying into a franchise, you're not buying an existing business, but you are creating a business, that makes you a founder. Right? Literally, that makes you a founder. You are someone who founded an organization, who founded a company. And so there's certainly a different level of experience and a different level of perspective when it comes to someone who founded something as opposed to someone who bought into something. Now, when you are the founder of something, the founder of an organization, you're literally taking an idea, right? You're taking a thought, you're taking an idea, you're taking a dream, you're taking a vision, whatever word you use, you are taking at the end of the day, you're taking a thought in your mind that crossed your mind, and you're trying to turn that into something real, right? And then if you're an entrepreneur who isn't a founder, but you're still taking this thought and this idea of, hey, I want to own this, and so I'm going to buy this, or I'm going to buy into that. Nonetheless, you are making a transition from just having a thought and just thinking about something to now actually going through the process of trying to really bring that into fruition and to manifest that into reality. And so when we have conversations, the conversations we had, within the last week with two other founders, right? I'm a founder myself. I founded several companies, right? So I understand what that's like. Now, having had these conversations, it reminded me that there are some common nuances when it comes to entrepreneurship. There's some common nuances when it comes to really just trying to get an idea off of the ground, right? Trying to get an idea off of the ground. And I'm going to tie this into what I said earlier about 100% focus, right? 100% focus. If you have an idea, and there's something that you want to accomplish and you want to achieve, there are a couple things that are going to happen, right? You are going to want to talk to somebody about it, right? You're going to want to share that idea with somebody. You're going to want to share these thoughts with other people. You're going to want to ask somebody, hey, what do you think about this? Like, does this make sense to you? What do you think? And naturally, you are going to go to the people who are in your circle. You're going to go to your friends. You're going to go to your family. You're going to go to whoever will listen. And you may be extremely excited about this idea. You may be extremely excited about this goal. You may be head over heels, like, yo, I'm really passionate about this. And as you bring that passion and you bring that energy and you bring that curiosity and you bring that motivation to someone else for their opinion, right? For their opinion, and their opinion may or may not be qualified. And safe to say that the majority of the time when we just reach out and we are talking to somebody in our immediate network, their opinion may not be qualified in the particular instance or respect in which we are seeking their attention. But because they're a friend, because they're someone we normally talk to maybe about our problems or our issues or whatever the case may be, we think that it's okay for us to go to them and ask them, hey, what is your opinion? And what happens? They end up shooting down our idea. They end up telling you that, no, I don't think it's a great idea. Now, not saying there aren't times where you may have an idea and it's not a good idea, but let's say that you're really trying to start something. You really have this business idea. You really have this major life-changing goal. You have this life-changing idea that you know will impact other people. And so you go looking for approval, and everywhere you look for approval, somebody's shooting you down. Somebody's telling you it's a dumb idea. Somebody's telling you that you shouldn't waste your time. Somebody's telling you that you can't do it. You don't have the skill set. You don't have the money. You don't have the experience. Whatever it is, they're telling you that you don't have, right? And then you leave that conversation, and you may have that conversation more than once. You leave that conversation. You leave that second conversation. You leave that third conversation, and what happens? You feel let down. You feel dumb. You feel like, man, these people shot down my idea. You know, they're telling me I can't do it. You feel defeated. And what happens, as we, saw with the conversations that we had this week, I can attest, in the same respect from my own experience, we lose time. We lose time because we've now taken a step back from that idea, from that thinking process, and we've put it on the back shelf, right? We've put it on the bookshelf. We've locked it in the cabinet. We might have even put it in the trash bag and thrown it out in this week's trash or last week's trash. And time goes on. That time often usually amounts to not just months, but years. Years have gone on since you started sharing your thought and your idea and your vision with somebody, because they shot it down. They told you that you couldn't do it. And now here you are 3 years later, 2 years later, 5 years later, you still have not made an investment in that idea. In fact, you've forgotten about it, right? Until something reminds you that, hey, I had this idea, or hey, I wanted to create this organization or this company. And the only thing that you've really accomplished is the fact that you spent time. 5 years, 3 years have gone by, 5 years have gone by, and you haven't taken action. But yet that feeling, that thought, that idea is still there, and it resurfaces. So what happens at some point in time, you have to make a decision. You got to make a couple decisions. One, you got to make a decision and decide if whatever it is that you want to do and what you want to accomplish is something that you literally really want to do. Is this something I really want to do? And if this is something that I really want to do, you have to have the faith and the strength of confidence in yourself and conviction in your idea and conviction in yourself, and say, you know what, this is something that I know I can accomplish. This is something that I know I can achieve. Now, facing the prospect of accomplishment and achievement is going to show you there are a lot of things that you don't know. Right? There are a lot of things that you're going to have to figure out. There are a lot of things that you may not have in terms of resources, in terms of network, in terms of monetary investment. You're going to realize that I'm at the bottom of a hill, and I got this steep slope that I have to figure out how I'm going to get over, right? No matter how steep that slope is, no matter how limited your resources, no matter how limited your experience, if you are 100% committed, 100% committed to seeing this through, you will find a way. Now, the journey to get to that destination might not quite look like you thought it would look, but if you are articulating the direction and the overall, the ultimate goal that you want to achieve, you will get there. Prime example, we had two individuals we talked to this week, right? Two individuals, two founders, and they both said the same thing. I had this idea. I had this, this dream that I wanted to create this organization, and this is the type of impact that I wanted to have. But every time I told, someone about my dream, they shot it down, right? And it was years before I was able to regain the confidence to actually go out and start creating this organization. And the byproduct of that experience and the byproduct of those two individuals who actually fought through the fire, they fought through the fire, the internal fire, right? The internal fire that's going to go on in your mind, and the battle that you're going to go through, battling yourself, trying to convince yourself that what your thoughts are real and that they are worthy. Then you're going to have to fight the external battle, and the battle that you have to go through of actually fighting the universe, actually fighting everything that's going to fight you in order to actually get that organization or that company off the ground. The end result in this case, we have two beautiful organizations. I highlighted both organizations last week. One of them is the Black Males Man Cave. The other one is Be the Change Foundation. Both organizations are literally impacting hundreds of lives. Just yesterday, we talked about one of the events that Be the Change organization is doing. They've got two upcoming events, and just that one event, they're going to be giving away to youth and adults over 800 bags of hygiene products, over 800. And this went from being simply an idea to then someone doing it on a very small scale to literally by year 2. It's only the second year that they're doing this event, and they're already giving away over 800. And that's just in one respect. They're giving away several things, but in just that one respect, they will be impacting over 800 people. Okay. And then the countless amount of people who are impacted and who are affected from the residual, just by hearing about it, just by seeing how that person is changed by their experience with an organization that was created by someone who decided to move on an idea anyway. So over the next 5 months, if you have an idea, and there are a lot of people who may or may not be watching this, and during this pandemic, documented, factual, there are a lot of people who are going to find themselves in a situation that they did not think or they did not foresee for themselves as a result of the ramifications of COVID-19 and the impact that it is going to have on the impact that it is having and is going to have on the the overall economic landscape. And so you may find yourself in a situation where you have more time than you had previously, if you haven't already figured that out. And now you have the opportunity to take an idea that you may have had in the past and actually start to pursue it. Just because we are in a difficult time, just because there are challenges that everyone is facing, just because there are limitations on activity and action and what you can do, there is still a significant amount of things that can be done. So don't look at what I can't do, right? Don't talk about what I can't do. Don't talk about the limitations, but figure out what is it I can do, right? What type of research can I do? What type of planning can I do? What type of conversations can I have in terms of actually testing out my idea and seeing if there's interest, right? Or maybe I just need to lock in. I need to close my door. I need to close my door for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 18 hours a day, and put in work towards achieving and accomplishing my goal? Can I do that and achieve 100% focus over the next 5 months as this year comes to a close? Now, I'll finish with this. I was reading an article about a doctor out in Houston, and he is basically, I don't know I can't remember the official name of his position inside the hospital, but he's basically over the entire either he's over the entire hospital or he's over the entire COVID unit at the hospital. I can't remember which one, but they were talking about he has worked, right? Rising to the occasion. He, at the time of the article, he had worked over 135 days straight without a day off, working 18 to 20 hours a day. All right. Now, I know he knows, it was mentioned in the article, that working that much may not be the healthiest thing, right? He's tired, but he's on top of the job. And it shows what the human body, what the human mind is capable of, especially when you focus and especially when you rise to the occasion, right? So if you take advantage of this opportunity, there is really nowhere else that you need to spend your time. Maybe spend your time with your family, make a few friend calls here and there. But if you really want to lock in, go to work, and go to work not 4 hours a day, not 6 hours a day. Go to work for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day. And in some cases, you might go to work for 20 hours a day. Check in, take care of your mind, take care of your body. And when I say work, part of that work for me, right? For me to make sure that I stay balanced. Part of my work day includes my physical fitness, includes my mental wellness, includes my spiritual wellness. That is a part of my work day because that is the work and the investment that I am making in myself. And I'm making that in myself every single day without fail, right? So whatever the length of your day is, whatever it's going to be 100% focused on that one thing. Articulate that one thing, define it, envision and think about what the ramifications and the benefits are going to be for you in terms of accomplishing that one thing, right? Now, it's not to say that there aren't going to be other things that you work on. There are going to be other things that you accomplish. But if you select that one thing and you select it properly, it is going to have a trickle-down effect, right? It's going to have a trickle-down effect, and it's going to impact and improve every other area of your life in one way or another, because you are creating a new person with a new perspective, a new understanding, a new internal and external energy and power, and it's going to have a positive impact on every other area of your life. So I challenge you, articulate that one thing. Be bold enough to step out on faith and confidence, pursue it, put in the work, eliminate the distractions. There are far too many distractions. Eliminate the distractions in your life. Block out your time and literally look at your calendar and plan your calendar out for the next 5 months so that we can achieve that hyper focus, that 100% focus, and we can ensure that if we don't achieve or accomplish that goal, we are going to be so much further ahead in terms of the accomplishment and the achievement than when we were before and where we are right now. So that's my word for today on the 3 a.m. Club, August 13th, 2020. I appreciate you all for logging on as usual. You already know where we're going to be this time next week, every Monday, same time, same place. Also, stay tuned for the other things that we have going on this week. As always, we've got Wealth Talk Tuesdays on Tuesday. I got the multifamily investing e-newsletter that comes out every Wednesday. Thursday, I may have a special edition of the Wealth Checkup. I may not. Friday, we're going to have our typical blog post. And then the rest of the week is just going to be whatever it's going to be. So I love you. I thank you for watching. I thank you for your support. I hope you have a strong week. That's the entire purpose of us having the 3 a.m. club, so we can start the week with the right mindset, the right focus, the right motivation, so we can go out and be in control and conquer this week that's coming up. So I appreciate you again. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.